Hey everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted to look at reverse repos. And the reason why I'm looking at this is because number one, I deal with accounting with these reverse repos, mainly in repricing of the securities. So if the bond market fluctuates a ridiculous amount, you tend to see a lot of activity on my end that I have to do. And if you look at what's going on from, you could say, 2022, the reverse repos have been dwindling. And what this has done to the liquidity, net Federal Reserve net liquidity, it's you could say that it's increased it to a certain degree. You could see Fed net liquidity was what, 5 trillion, and then a couple of years ago, and then it's like 5.9 trillion. Now it's gone up slightly. However, I'm just looking at just from a fundamental point of view. And I wanted to, before I get into all of this, like every day is an opportunity for trading, investing. Don't get me wrong. I do that. I have long positions, I have short positions, but I'm just looking at the macro right now. Okay. And yeah, my gold positions have been doing well thus far. Crypto positions, I expect bonds to rally even more. So that should bode well for me in the short term. But what I'm doing with the profits, keyword profits, I'm buying longer dated put options. Number one reason is a lot of people are saying, oh, well, no recession this, no recession that. Well, I'm looking at charts of Hendrik Zyberg, and they're showing like, hey, look, when the unemployment rate starts to pick back up, guess what? Start to see trouble in the economy thus far. You know, I know a dude that buys from my wife collectibles industry. She's in the collectibles industry, and now, he said he lost his job, looking for a job. And I'm starting to see this here and there where people are starting to lose their job. Starting to see, Meta's layoffs are continuing. I know where I work, there's now a hiring freeze. There wasn't a hiring freeze for a while. So that caught my eye. And it appears that there's going to be more issues down the road. And unfortunately, probably will lead to more layoffs, and the downturn is coming, in my opinion. But reverse repos, I'm looking at it dwindling down. And what is the Fed net liquidity? It's Federal Reserve balance sheet. Let's look at this. Federal Reserve balance sheet minus the TGA minus reverse repo. And it basically shows how much is in the overall economy. And then you could add in I think it's like the BTFP adds liquidity to the system. And you could see the liquidity has increased slightly because the reverse repos have been dwindling, no longer on the balance sheet, right? And you could see right now, okay, as of Friday, yesterday, 260, what, billion bucks? $1 billion? Okay. Before it used to be 2 trillion. And if this money is dwindling out, and we know that increases the liquidity from the Federal Reserve, you have to ask yourself, where is liquidity going to come from now? It's been going into stocks, it's been pumping everything out there. It's good for everyone's portfolio in the short run, but where is that going to come from? Looking at money supply, you can see the money supply was pumping up like crazy in February to like January 2022. Then it plateaued, bottomed out in like April. And I believe that like the reverse repos, that coming off. into now going into the economy, circulating, money supply slightly increased, which helps the stock market, which helps, or which creates also more funny money in the system. So I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, you need money supply for the economy to grow. And if you have a situation where, hey, look, repos are dwindling, where's the liquidity going to come from? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, the Fed may artificially, they may buy some treasuries to lower interest rates, but they're not going to do that all at once. That's why I'm thinking, okay, we have some issues here. Okay, yeah, we're in blow off top phase in the stock market. I get that. But after the blow off top, like what happens? What's going to end up happening? You tell me. You tell me what's going to go on because I'm just looking at the data. I'm seeing, okay, Fed net liquidity has peaked, it appears. And if it hasn't peaked, we'll need this to go higher. And if it doesn't go higher, how will the stock market go higher in the next year? That's why, hey, look, I told you my strategy. Earlier this year, started to sell stocks. And I still have some right now, crypto, once again, gold stocks. I have bond ETFs, ETNs, whatever they are. But, and also regular trading that I do. But why would I do that right now? That's what I'm thinking out loud based on the data that I'm seeing. Maybe a month or so. I'm gonna re-show you. I'm gonna show you this by what's his name? Finance a lot. Finance. Okay, let's look at this guy. Like I told you, this net liquidity, market momentum, he sees parallels to 2020. Okay. But what else from this guy? So he said that he noticed central bank liquidity is going down. Last time this happened was February 2020, and the Fed pulled 100 billion of repo liquidity out of the banking system, triggering the crisis. Currently, the Federal Reserve is pulling $100 billion of BTFP liquidity away from the banks. All right. And he did the math and he just thinks that, hey, look, the if all the remaining BTFPs in 12 months, then the liquidity is completely gone in November 2024, right around when the election's at. So I'm just thinking, okay, yeah, bull market, we're there at least till the election. But the signs are there in the repo markets. That's what it's telling me. Let me look at this repo market barons. I think they had a good article there. Let's see. Let's see this. An article from a few months ago or a month ago. It says reverse repo balance fell to lowest in the last few years. Why does it matter? Take a look at this article and let me know what you think. And you could read it yourself, but okay, I have to subscribe to this. I'm not going to subscribe to it, but I was able to read, I think, when I got it off Twitter. Let's try to see this. Fed is shrinking its balance sheet. Why it matters. Another article that if you have access to, you should look into. Okay, you shrink your balance sheet. Global liquidity is going down. You tell me what goes on. Okay. Let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye. And also, you do you and how you want to invest in your portfolio. My portfolio is very conservative as of right now, like overall money, right? Mainly short-term bonds. Anyways, and T-bills. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Talk to you later. Bye.